2, opening statement just about, you know, how the season's going to go or whatever you want to say.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right. My name is Terrance Gary. I'm the head coach of Seaforth football. On the far down there, that's Max Hinchman. He plays wide receiver and corner. He is a sophomore. I don't know what class that's like, 28, 27. We got Nicholas Gregory, wide receiver and corner. He is 26. All right. Patrick Miller, safety, wide receiver, 26. Alex Hinchman, linebacker, tight end, class of 25. And then Austin Ingram, D-line, O-line, class of 26. This year has been good. I think we have a good core group, building on that core group. The focus this year has been building more relationships between the team, top and bottom, coaching staff, as well as the players as well. Getting back to what I imagined the program was going to be when I first stepped on here. And that's being really aggressive, both sides of the ball, but also flying to the ball wherever you are and giving energy and effort every single time you're out there on that field, and not settling for less. We talk about life moments and how we relate football to life, and you don't get those moments back. So you can't take plays off or take anything for granted because you don't know what's going to be taken from you, or you don't know when the next opportunity is going to come. So you got to take advantage of what you have now. We've just been leaning on that a lot, and that's been the focus for mainly me and my staff this whole off season.
All right. Yeah, Coach, year 3 of varsity football, right?
Yes.
Coming up. So you got a more experienced group. You got some seniors and juniors this year. And, how are you liking the growth of the program? And, what do you have to say about the growth of the program from when you first got here a couple years ago to now?
It's building. I see it building. I see some people getting some confidence. We are still, like these guys right here, we're still breaking into other people. So when we get new people on our team or whatever, we got to show them what we mean. You know what I'm saying? But these guys are grown. Alex, he's one of my day ones. He was one of the very first practices where we didn't have any weight room equipment. We were practicing on the little side right there. What else? We were in the gym for a little bit. Like 8 people. So he stuck it out since. He's put on probably, 50, 60 pounds? Yeah, so he's putting a lot of weight. Would have put on more weight, but he wrestles. But it is what it is.
Yeah, what's kind of the key for you and kind of what you've been telling your team the key is for making that jump, you guys almost got a winning season last year, 4-6, but making that jump to maybe 500, winning season, and maybe competing for the playoffs this year?
It's been about attention to detail, small things. So if we tell you need to be stepping with your left foot, you're supposed to be stepping with your left foot. All right, just those small things. Like I want to say that one of the Northwood guys said, I think they do with the hair, Palomalu over there. Like all those small things add up. You can have a bunch of pennies, but you add all the pennies up, you can get a decent amount of money. But you got to really pay attention to those details, like using the correct shoulder, stepping the right way, using the correct terminology that we talk about, and not just making some other stuff up. So it's just attention to detail. Yeah,
and I came out to one of the practices this week, and I saw you guys are running with a little different offensive scheme this year.
Yeah.
If you can talk a little bit about that, what you guys will look on offense and kind of how you guys will be different from last year.
Well, it's a little bit off topic, but it's a life lesson for me. And I told the guys and family about this in our little meeting, just listening to the wrong people. Like last year, I was trying to do some stuff that other people were saying that I should do, and I didn't really know it like that, you know what I'm saying? So I just went back to my roots, and we're just going to be physical and fly around and do our thing and get the ball into our playmakers' hands, all right, all kind of ways. So that's it.
Okay, you got all kind of ways. You say all kind of ways, so it's not just going to be like, a base set you guys are running out of. It's going to be like a
whatever I can do to get the ball in their hands.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, and you got multiple quarterbacks on your team. You got Duffy, you got Duncan. Is that a battle, or do you know who could be?
Nah, it's been a battle. It's been pretty close. I've been grading them at home, honestly. I wish I could put them both together, then I wouldn't have this issue. But you may see them both in the backfield at the same time, honestly. So we can do some more things like that.
What would you like to see out of both of them, and kind of what are some qualities of both that you like?
So Duffy's aggressive. He's like a little linebacker, quarterback, or whatever. So he likes getting physical. He's smart. He won't make too many mistakes. Duncan is very athletic, and he can freaking throw the freaking ball. So he's had a little cannon. So like if I could put both of those together and get him like his height, be good. Be like little Josh Allen.
Okay. Yeah, and same thing I've been asking all the coaches. I mean, you want to talk about the guys you got up here, what they bring to the team, and also any other standouts. Because I know you guys had a really good JV season last year, and got some guys that could come up and make an impact this year.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start on this end with Austin. So Austin is a junior this year. He is diabetic. I don't know, is it 1 or 2?
1.
All right, he's diabetic 1. I say that because Austin, he hasn't missed no more than 10 practices, that's including in-season or off-season since he's been here. All right, his weights have gone up a lot. He's not the biggest guy, but he's one of the strongest people pound for pound we have on our team. All right, and that showed up. He got to play a little bit of varsity last year after the first game. He plays O-line and D-line. We have Alex Hinchman. He plays linebacker. He's pretty much one of our one of the cores in the inside of our defense. He does a lot of communicating. He's our play caller on defense. He helps out the younger guys a lot. He's really good with our young core group, giving them some mentoring. And he's quiet, but he does speak up when he needs to, and they really listen to him. He plays tight end. He has some goals this year. We're going to try to make him accomplish those goals. So it's 100 tackles, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so he's going to get 100 tackles this year. We have Patrick Miller. He plays safety and wide receiver. Patrick is really smart, like on the field and off the field. He has like a 4.7 something GPA or something crazy. But he's also smart on the field, so he knows like where everybody's supposed to be. If I tell him, instruct him how to do one play, I don't have to like repeat it. He'll ask a question that's relevant, and then after that, I don't have to worry about him. We have Nick. He plays corner and wide receiver. He was top 3 in the conference or something.
For what?
Interceptions.
Yeah.
Okay. He had like 6 interceptions last year, right?
Yeah.
All right, missed a couple games. So Nick's coming back. We have to lock down one side of the field, hopefully for us. He works really hard too. All these guys, like Coach Brown said, are up here because they have been to the most workouts. And so looking for some big things from Nick in his junior year. And then we have Max Hinchman. This is his little brother, who's going to be bigger soon. But we're looking forward to some big things from him. He's going to be a sophomore. Max has been working really hard. He asks questions all the time. He's a little football junkie. I don't know if he remembers this, but we took a little personality test his freshman year, and he got the same exact thing that I am. So we're both introverts and all that other stuff too. But he works hard. Football junkie. He's been putting on weight. I think he benches more than his brother now, so that's a big accomplishment too. And he's going to help us out on both sides of the ball.
Gotcha. Yeah, and if you want to also just kind of introduce your assistant coaches, your coaching staff this year, and kind of what are you hoping they bring to your team this year?
So we have returning. We have Coach Palmer. He played at Northwood. Did he play with you?
He was a senior my freshman year.
Okay. All right. So they're together. He's going to be doing our wide receivers and corners, helping passing coordinator. We have Coach Atkinson that's returning. We're going to move him around a little bit. He's going to be doing our O-line and D-line. We have Coach Ingalls, who's doing our linebackers. And who am I missing? Coach Dodd. Coach Henderson. All right, Coach Henderson is going to be doing our running backs. So what I expect from them is pretty much what I demand from the staff this year, is that they work on building relationships and paying attention to detail as well, and preaching the same thing that I have, like top to bottom.
The thing that you've always stressed every season is you're not just developing football players, you're developing men. Why don't you let folks know what you mean by developing men and character in those guys?
I feel like football is the ultimate life teacher. It's the best team sport out there. I believe the next best sport out there is probably wrestling. But when you think about football, you have different positions. Everybody has different skills, which is pretty much what you're going to bring in life. When you go to work, you bring what you need to be bringing. What you do on the field, on and off the field, at home or at work, it affects everybody else around you. It's going to affect yourself. So the only thing that you can put on yourself or rely about yourself is not worrying about what others can do. All right, not worrying about what others do. Is worry about yourself, how you can be a better person. It's helping people, but also working as hard as you can to be the best version that you can. Because when you have kids or some people that are going to depend on you, all right, you can't make excuses. You know what I'm saying? There might not be another time for you to go after that opportunity or miss an opportunity. That's why I feel like football is a life lesson teacher. I've seen what it can do for people, like good and bad. So I've had homies that I went to school with that either quit football or put their energy somewhere else, and they're paying the consequences for that. Unlike me, where I grew up in the same neighborhood, same house as them, or whatever, same project, and I just put all my focus in football, and it helped me out tremendously.
Got time for one question.
Yeah, I mean, you've kind of said, big emphasis on better relationships with the team this year. If you want to talk a little bit more about that, what that means for you and this team, and I mean, is it more of like a, kind of building bonds with the players and coaches, or, you want to talk more about that?
Yeah, so I've been trying to work on more building bonds with people, having them build bonds with each other. We went to a team camp, we did some competitions, we went bowling, we did like a little trivia game, we did some other things too. We do this program called Lead 'em Up, and it's about leadership and things like that. So one of the things we did was same page. So it's an activity where everybody needs to be on the same page with each other, if that makes sense. I know that was kind of like redundant. But we do that every week. So once a week we do our Lead 'em Up program. And then we'll be doing activities throughout the year just to build relationships and get to know each other as well. So we did that story thing last time, right? Yeah, so we did this thing called story. So we got in groups and they had to ask the person what was their favorite snack. What was the one? Tears. The last time they laughed or cried, tears. O was STOR. Anyway, it was like a bunch of questions you had to ask people in your group. All right, we have a lot of new freshmen that are pretty timid or whatever. So just getting them to open up a little bit, talk about themselves, and also getting to know them as well so they can feel more at home.
Yeah, I mean, and also too, how is that kind of all those efforts you guys put into that part of the team? How does that kind of show up on the football field in practice?
It shows up with holding accountability. Like, so if somebody were to say something to somebody else to correct them, or it depends on how they take that feedback. I mean, if you don't have a relationship with somebody, just like me as a coach, if I don't have a relationship with these guys and I say something, more likely they're gonna listen to me, but will they actually care what I say? Because I had that relationship with them. And I'll try to let them know that I love them every single day I get a chance to. It's just, you have to take time to build those relationships. And that's what my goals, and that's my foundation of my coaching philosophy.
All right, thank you, Coach. We're ready for the players.